Hi guys, not hi guys. As about everything med school related, yo. What's up guys? Welcome. No, that was okay. No, let's not put that part in. And this is med school. What is that noise? What's up guys and welcome to my YouTube. That was too loud. What's up guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Esona Sipango and this is Med School Chronicles, where I will be talking to you guys about everything med school related. So many of you guys are probably here because you saw my journey into medicine on Sihle Medic's channel, where I was talking about how I got into medicine from upgrading then into pharmacy, then into medicine. And then I posted a question poll on my Instagram where I asked you guys to ask me a few questions that you might have about the journey and everything med school related. I got a few questions as well that asked about the upgrading journey, how to go about upgrading. So I think I'm going to do a separate video on that where I go into detail. And I also got a few questions asking which are the best bridging courses for getting into medicine. I'll also be doing a separate video on that one as well to sort of allow myself to go into more detail and be as clear as I can possibly be on the whole situation and process. So let's get into the questions.
Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song.
So the first question was, have you done practicals since you've started? We have done practicals. We had 2 modules that we did practicals for. We did practicals for physics and for chemistry. So, but because I was exempted from chemistry, I didn't do practicals for chemistry. First semester is a BSc semester when you do medicine at UP, so hence the physics and the chemistry. I'm not sure if other universities have the physics and chemistry situation going on as well, but yeah, that's what's up. Second question was, does UP recommend bursaries for medical students if you don't have a bursary? I would like to think so, because there is a DAL, a DAL bursary there's a DAL bursary that you can only apply for through an invite. So I would like to assume that UP takes your information and sends it through to DAL, and then DAL sends you an invite telling you that you can apply for the bursary. So there's others as well, but I'm not too sure. I have to do more research on that, and I'll probably come back with another video that goes into more detail on all of that. What would you tell someone in matric who wants to get into med school really badly? To study. Hard work does pay off at the end of the day. I think studying properly or correctly, if I may say, by using if you go to EC exams online, there's a exam guideline section that they have there which tells you more about what you should know for the exams, like for your final exams at the end of the year. So it tells you the content that you need to be focused more on. So I think that could also be quite helpful. And also, not getting into med school straight from matric does not mean that you won't get into med school at all. So there's upgrading after that. There's always bridging courses. There's so many more options that you can use to get into medicine. So you just keep on dreaming, keep on pushing, keep on trying your best by all means. Giving up should not be an option, but also don't just think, oh, even if I don't get in, I still have the bridging courses, I have upgrading. So still study. Like, make sure that you do put in the hard work, make sure that you do put in the hours, make sure that you give it your all, so that even if you don't get in, you know that you didn't get in and you had tried, so that you don't have any regrets and all of that. So study and know that it's not the end of the world even if you don't get in straight from matric. Next question is, what's the average you got at varsity that helped you get into med school? and your matric average as well that helps you get into med school. So I also just want to say with this question, the cutoff average changes every year. Like my average was an 81, like the entire year's average was an 81% average. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this year's cutoff average will, in a sense, if the cutoff average changes from year to year, you could get an 81% average and still not get in if the cutoff average was like an 85% or above, you know. So don't try and work your way around someone else's average, because it might change from year. It does change from year to year, and your mark or your average might or might not be included in the cutoff average. So just make sure that your average is above 80 though. I think that should be good enough. My matric, I think my average was a 72, 73 after upgrading though. It was around 72, 73. Of which in matric as well, the cutoff average is quite high. So make sure that your average is around the 80s to sort of, also still doesn't guarantee you a spot, but to sort of be on the more hopeful side, you know. So is med school as difficult as people make it seem? It is, I would like to think. It is. But I'd like to think that all courses are relatively hard. They have their hard modules and their easy modules, which is the same as med school. We had chemistry and molecular biology that were the two hardest, if I may say, this semester, first year med school. Second years are complaining about anatomy and physiology. So I'd like to think it has its hard module. It has its hard modules, yes, and it's easy modules, so like any other course. So it is hard here and there, if I may say. It's hard. Let's leave it at that. Okay, no, it's not hard. It's okay. It's okay. I really think if you put in effort and if you put in the hours, it's as hard as you allow it to be, if I may say. You know, it's not rocket science hard. Well, at least not yet. It's not rocket science hard yet. Hey, do you get paid while studying? If not, when do you start getting paid? You do not get paid while you study medicine. You only start getting paid when you are doing your internship, which is after your 6 years of med school. So you don't get paid during med school. You are basically working for free. You're not working for free. You're working for knowledge. I think you get paid in knowledge, if I may say. You get paid in experience. I think that's a better way to put it. But you don't get paid money. Like you only start getting paid in your internship years. What are the precise years to officially call you a doctor? You start being called a doctor after your 6-year med school journey, which is when you start your internship and then you start getting paid. So you officially get the doctor title after med school, start getting paid once you have your doctor title. How is your med school second year? I am currently doing first year med school, so I'll tell you all about that next year. Can you describe what you all did during first year? So far, we've done the BSc program, which is the first semester of med school at UP. It has molecular biology, philosophy, psychology and sociology, medical terminology, chemistry, physics, English, and computers. Excuse me. So I got exempted from chemistry, but yeah, those are the modules that we did. It has its hard, it has its easy modules. Chemistry and molecular biology were the hardest. The rest was super easy. Okay, not super easy, but they were relatively easy. They were doable. I managed to survive them. I managed to survive first semester. We had practicals as well for physics, and the chemistry students had practicals for chemistry as well. Next semester, we are not quite sure what we'll be doing, but I think I'll be taking you guys on the journey once we start with everything second semester. For high schoolers, please give us advice on what physical content we should perfect now. Okay, so because we have chemistry and physics, I think make sure that you understand the matric and grade 11 chemistry and physics now, and yes, your life sciences, or if you're doing life sciences, it also does come to advantage if you did life sciences, because molecular biology is a whole lot of life sciences in a nutshell. You're from grade 10 to grade 12. Yes, grade 10 to grade 12 life sciences. So if you're good in life sciences, you should be good in that module. So perfect your physics and your maths. Make sure that, your physics and your chemistry, so that you don't struggle as much. But if also you're trying to perfect the content so that you do well in your finals, you can also just visit EC exams and go through the exam guidelines. Also, make sure that you get a good mark in English, because if you get a good mark in English, you get exempted from English. If you have a 75% and above for English home language, you get exempted, and it has to be an 80% and above for English first additional language, then you get exempted. Any fear since you're doing first year in med? I think my biggest fear has to be coming this far, to only come this far, getting into med school only to make it to first year med school and not completing the degree, because for whatever reason, or whatever the case might be, I think that has to be my biggest fear and my biggest motivation at the same time, because it also just constantly drives me to make sure that I'm always at the top of my game, giving it my all, and making sure that I don't slip at any given cost. Yes, I think that has to be my biggest fear. How do you deal with imposter syndrome in medical school? Do you sometimes feel like you don't belong or doubt your capabilities? I think one way I've learned to deal with my imposter syndrome is by putting Dr. Sipango on most of my things. My board has Dr. Sipango somewhere. My laptop, when you open it, it will end in Dr. Sipango. My phone has Dr. Sipango somewhere, somehow. At the top of my notes, there'll always be a Dr. Sipango somewhere, to try and remind myself that this is real, it's happening, you are meant to be here, you are here, you are doing it, you finally got where you wanted to be, in a sense. I think that is one way that I've tried to deal with my imposter syndrome. Also, just talking about it here and there, and also having friends that constantly remind you, but you're doing medicine in a sense, it's also quite something that helps me with the journey as well. Do you sometimes feel like you don't belong or doubt your capabilities? Sometimes I do doubt my capabilities. Like, I will have moments where I will not do well in a test, and I will feel like, you really, you undermined this whole med school journey and stuff like that, and your true colors are sort of showing. You are starting to slip up, you're sort of going back to, I don't know, but I do sometimes really do doubt my capabilities, because it does sometimes get hard, and every time it gets hard, I still have that moment where I struggle to sort of like recuperate myself and bring myself back and ground myself and remind myself that I'm worthy to be here, I am deserving, I am where I should be, so what made you choose medicine? I don't know. I really think I've always wanted to be a doctor, because I've always seen doctors as some sort of superhero, if I may say. I've always just wanted to be that superhero as well, to have people look up to me now. I want to be like that guy one day, I've always wanted to be in the forefront of the health science field, if I may say. I think that's about all the general questions that we have. I will be seeing you guys in the next video, where we will be talking about getting into upgrading institutions and trying to upgrade your marks, and we'll be talking about how to transfer from one course into medicine, or whatever course that it is that you're doing at that moment. And also I will be talking about the application process at the different institutions in South Africa that do offer medicine, where I will be breaking down the faculty handbook and talking about the selection criteria that they use to try and make things easier for people who are trying to switch from whatever degree that they're doing at the moment and trying to get into medicine. That's it for this video, guys. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things necessary that you have to do. And thanks for watching. I will be seeing you guys in the next video.